Psychology. An introduction to the stuff you will be learning. The study of our inner feelings and behaviors. Do our feelings always match our behaviors? If you call me a dumbass, I may feel sad inside. But I will still act tough. But I will be crying on the inside, so be gentle. History of psychology. Although the science of psychology started in the late 1800s, the concept has been around a lot longer. There was evidence of trepanation cutting holes into a skull to let evil spirits out back in the Stone Age. It was like a bad Saw movie. Waves of psychology. The science of psychology has gone through about 5 different waves since it started. Waves are different ways of thinking over time. Wave 1. Introspection. Kicking it old school started with William Boone's first psychological laboratory and his concept of introspection structuralism. Then William James wrote the Principles of Psychology and discussed functionalism. In reality, these ideas do not have much impact on how psychologists think today. These guys were considered hot back in the day. Wave 2, led by Max Wertheimer. These guys focused not on how we feel, but on how we experience the world. The whole of an experience can be more than the sum of its parts. Think for a moment of all the reasons that you love your mom. If you add all those reasons up, do they equal your love for your mom? Hopefully not. This may seem like one picture, but it can be perceived as 3 different faces. Wave 3. Psychoanalysis. This way of thinking started with Sigmund Freud in the early 1900s. In a nutshell, during this time period people believe that most of your feelings come from a hidden place in your mind called the unconscious. We protect ourselves from our real feeling by using defense mechanisms. During this time period, early to mid-1900s, people started to ignore how you feel inside. All that mattered was how you acted. If they could change your behavior, who cared how you feel? Very popular during the conservative 1950s when social appearance mattered more than self-expression. Wave 5. Eclectic. We are now in Wave 5. Which is about variety. Psychologists pick and choose what theories to use depending on the situation and the client. Just like Ben 10 choosing the right alien to fight the bad guy depending the situation. Wave 5 is made up of about 7 different perspectives. In other words, psychologists today pick and choose from about 7 schools of thought to help you with your problems. Thus we have the 7 schools of psychology. Biopsychology. Neuroscience perspective. All of your feelings and behaviors have an organic root. In other words, they come from your brain, body chemistry, neurotransmitters, etc. Let us imagine for a second that your dog died. Sad, but it will happen. You become depressed. You stop eating and sleeping. What would a psychologist from this school say is going on and how might they help you? Evolutionary perspective focuses on Darwinism. We behave the way we do because we inherited those behaviors. Thus, those behaviors must have helped ensure our ancestors' survival. How could this behavior ensure Homer's ancestors' survival? psychoanalytic perspective focuses on the unconscious mind. We repress many of our true feelings and are not aware of them. In order to get better, we must bring forward the true feelings we have in our unconscious. If a man has intimacy issues and cannot form relationships with others, what do you think someone from this school may think? Perhaps they may delve into the man's unconscious and discover that he was bullied when he were younger. The bullying may have caused fear in getting close to others. Behavioral perspective focuses on observable behavior while putting feelings to the side. We behave in ways because we have been conditioned to do so. To change behavior, we have to recondition the client. Pretend that you fail psychology class. You become depressed. In turn, you begin to binge and gain weight. What do you think a behaviorist may do? They would probably ignore the fact that you are depressed and just focus on your overeating. Peaked in the late 190s and 70s. So it focused on spirituality and free will. We have to strive to be the best we can be. Self-actualization. Happiness is defined by the distance between our self-concept and ideal self. Cognitive perspective focuses on how we think or encode information. How do we see the world? How did we learn to act to sad or happy events? Cognitive therapists attempt to change the way you think. You meet a girl, hopes are high, she rejects you. He even get digits. How do you react to the rejection? Some learn need to give up and live a lonely life of solitude. Some learn need get back on the horse and try again. Social cultural perspective says that much of your behavior and your feelings are dictated by the culture you live in. Some cultures kiss each other when greeting, some just bow. Does your culture place value on individual or the group? Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.